I started Ooh Baby about 3 years ago, and it all started with one of my dad's shirts I stole out of his closet. And so when I painted on this one shirt, I reached out to a gentleman who puts on fashion shows just to kind of like get his advice, you know, see what he thought about my first shirt, my first piece. It just so happened he was creating a fashion show like in a month. Like I had met him in a month. He's like, this is kind of crunch time, but do you want to be a part of the show? And I was like, sure, let's go. And he said I needed 8 looks and I needed a name. So it just kind of, you know, after the first show, just kept going. I went to Wagner College, and it wasn't until like the second semester when I started to question like my path. I started to realize there was something in me that was unique, because I would just go to New York City for a whole day and go to the museums and see all these awesome exhibits and all the artwork and the graffiti and everything like that. You know, New York City really opened my eyes to possibly being an artist. I didn't even think about starting a thing. I was just like, I can just probably try to teach myself in these 3 years and see where I get, rather than spending all the money and not really being sure and having that giant sum of debt. So my parents, when I dropped out, they were really, really disappointed in me. It was kind of awkward, and it wasn't until like a few weeks into the strip district where I was actually like making some money, and I was like, I can actually do this. I can support myself possibly. And they were like, okay. And then after I had been doing it for a year and I moved out and was able to like pay all my bills and everything like that, is when they were like, okay, yeah, like this is great. And now they're just so proud of me, and I don't think they could see me in any other setting. As soon as I started my journey, I made an Instagram, I made a website, and I made a Facebook page. So people have been able to literally follow my journey the entire time I've done this, which is very cool. And I like sharing that journey, because then someone can say, hey, I can possibly do that. I'd rather die trying, you know, just follow my dreams and see where something like this could take me. It's amazing to make people feel good, and something as simple as like a garment. I just love it. Like, words can't even describe how passionate I am about doing this. And I think that's why I have a nice following and some loyal customers, because they do know that I'm going to be doing this forever. Customers will bring in, you know, any sort of thing, jackets, jeans, so sometimes I'll be focusing on that. Other days I like just want to paint for myself, so I stretch my own canvases for the most part. So I could be working on a painting, or I'll paint in here sometimes. Like, I'm kind of a scatterbrain, so I'd like to change it up, but sometimes I get people that are like, what the heck is this? I don't think this lady knew I was like sitting there, and I spray painted this like $2,000 pantsuit, like with a bunch of hearts, a bunch of crazy stuff. And she went up to it and was like, oh my gosh, it's a Scada, she ruined it. And she like screamed it. And I was like, oh hey, well, when you get a Scada for $7, like you just want to like mess around with it. But it was actually cool because a politician ended up buying that outfit and rocking it. I'm known for doing like these crazy psychedelic faces. So as people started to recognize and like that, I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna always kind of do something like that. That's my style, like that's my Campbell soup can, you know? So I just kind of dove deeper into like changing the eyeballs, changing the mouth. I just try to get inspiration from really anything, any experience even too. So yeah, I've definitely styled some celebrities. One of the biggest ones is BB Rexa, and I literally met her in the strip district. She was looking through my clothes, and I was talking with her, and I didn't even know it was her. And she was with her stylist, and he showed me her Instagram profile, and I was like, this is her. I was like, oh yeah, like obviously I know who that is, but I just didn't even expect to meet her. So yeah, and then she actually wore the outfit I made her at the Penn State opening for the Jonas Brothers. I'd really love to collaborate with like a big company like Supreme or North Face or Adidas. So hopefully in like the next 5 years I could possibly do that. That'd be sick. I guess I'm more comfortable with expressing myself. And growing up in a small town, I was scared to wear mom jeans, like, you know, so now I'm like, I don't care, I'm doing me, I'm gonna continue to do me. I did make up this actual thing, I'm gonna say it. Should I say it in camera? It's kind of funny. Life is like a rotisserie, what goes around comes around.
Do that again.
Life is like a rotisserie. What goes around comes around. Isn't that true though? Rotisseries, you know? Here. Yeah, I don't know. Follow your dreams, honestly, and it's worth taking a risk. Because at the end of the day, that is something that builds your confidence, and like, you might as well try.